gentlemen, to the Monday Sunday comedy show and the Sunday show. First meetings are regular to 10 p.m. Time to start opening the comedy store. California, put your hands together and have to bring up Myke Dehu.
Alright, how you guys doing tonight? Nice. Well, welcome to Hon Dah Casino Monday Funday Comedy Night. My name is Myke Dehu. Nice to see you all. We're going to have a good time here tonight. We're going to have some fun. We got some comics from the Valley that came up to entertain you tonight. Okay, before we get started though, I noticed some of you were looking at me like you've seen me somewhere before. I had been on TV. I was on one of the first Star Search reality type programs. You might have seen it. It was America's Most Wanted. Oh, you've seen it before then, huh? Right? Okay, who called me in? Who called it in? Now, actually, I was on there for a reenactment. And I even said reenactment at the bottom of the screen, but it still didn't stop like every woman I ever met from calling to turn me in. Yeah, and I wasn't even playing the guy they were looking for. You know, but they called in anyway, they'd be like, hello, America's Most Wanted? Yeah. I'll call about that guy who got shot. No, I don't know who did it, but that clerk, he looks familiar. Yeah, I think he owed me bail money from 1989. Yeah, 3 times my mom called. Yes, like she's never going to see that money again. I don't know if you can tell, but from my accent, I'm not from around here. I'm from Yuma. Okay, I'm actually from New York. Thank you. And New Yorkers? There you go, right on. I moved out here about 3 years ago. That's when I officially became the first Italian from New York to move to Arizona using his real name. Thank you. Thank you. I like being from New York too, except when people find out I'm from there, they start talking to me like I'm Joey from Friends. You know, because they've never been anywhere before. It's always, hey, you from New York, how you doing? New York, how you doing? Some people don't even bother with the accent though. They're like, hey, you from New York? How you doing? How you doing? I'm like, come on, give me a break. I've watched TV, okay? I've seen Deliverance, okay? Now, if you told me this gentleman here was from Mississippi, I would go up to him and go, hey, you from Mississippi? Sweet! Sweet! Just like home, right? Just like home. I like being from New York, except people ask me a lot of dumb questions or say a lot of dumb things like, hey, you from New York? I'm from Wisconsin. Really? That's nice. Well, hey, you're from New York, do you know Steve? Oh yeah, we room together. I don't do much during the day, so when I like to do things, I like to apply for jobs that I know that I can't get. You know, that are out of my reach, you know, like police officer, or porn star, or warehouse worker, fry cook. And I try though, but actually, somebody actually tried to hire me for a job that I applied for. And honestly, it turns out that having a sketchy past, crooked friends, and a little bit of money, I'm qualified to become a congressman. That's right. Who's going to vote for me? Myke DOA. There you go. Myke DOA. I do watch a lot of TV. I watch the Discovery Channel a lot. Anybody? Discovery Channel? I like watching that program, those programs. I was watching this thing the other day called, they were talking about this guy called Tracker Bob. And his thing was that he could track, you know, no matter what. But the announcer comes over the thing, they're telling the story, they come out, he's like, after years of experience, Tracker Bob can tell the difference between a human footprint and an animal footprint. Really? Years of experience? I mean, are there bears running around with Nikes on their feet, or people with hooks still? Is that something? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm no rocket surgeon, but I'm pretty sure I can figure out within a couple of hours, you know, what it is, you know. Except honestly, one time I accidentally did mistake my wife's footprints for a cougar's, and I shot her. But that only happens when you drink Jägermeister, though. That's what I'm saying. Hey, Jaeger drinkers? Yeah, I said, yeah. Oh, there you go. Actually, that stuff was originally called take off all your clothes, get arrested at 3 a.m. while yelling at your ex-girlfriend's window who doesn't live there anymore. But they couldn't fit it all on the label. So they made it Jaeger. Anybody got a piece of crap car? Anybody a piece of crap car? I do. I bet you I got your beat. I have a 1996 Hyundai Accent. That's right, ladies. That's right. And apparently that accent is French. Yeah, because half the time it doesn't want to work either. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not against the French, but every time I get in the car, it's always the same thing. It's always ha 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 ha. Pig. Pig. The radio sucks. It's stuck on AM. Right now, my favorite song is It's a good song, though. They play it all the time. They do. They know I like it, too. I don't know how they know. Even on my way up here, I'm driving down the road, the fuel door opens up, puts me into a spin. Thank God there was something in the road to keep me from flipping over. Unfortunately, it cost me $200 for a tow truck to get me out of a piece of gum I was stuck in. Yeah, it just shows you that recycling works, though. That's all I'm saying. I want to get a new car, though, but my credit is shot. It is. I actually went to go buy a new car last week. The guy tells me you put down $1,500 and you don't pay for 6 months. I was like, who told you about me? Was it my mom? Did she say anything about bail money? I don't know. It is. My credit is so bad, I had to put $500 down just to get a Fry's card. Yeah. Even when I pay for cash, I still get charged 26% interest. How does that work out? Even when my identity was stolen, I got it back. Yeah, with a rejection letter. Yeah, you have to read this thing. It was like, dear Mr. Dehu, we're sorry we cannot steal your identity at this time. After looking things over, we feel that stealing your identity now would only help your credit. And we're not in that business, so please accept our apologies and a $5 gift card from SRP. So I actually made last week was 7707. Anybody get lucky? Anybody win anything? No, exactly. But do you know that 28,000 people got married on that day because they thought it was lucky? Yeah, as opposed to like 12,000 during the regular month of July. But what was weird was the reason why they were getting married for it. You know, it's like, one of the reasons was like, oh, we get married on that date because it only comes around once every 100 years. Well, really, if you think about it, every date comes around once every 100 years, doesn't it? I mean, if you use the 00/00 format, right, it comes around every 100 years. But I'm thinking, you know, let's be realistic. You know, if you want to get married on something based on a slot machine, you know, get married on something like, now I know there's no such day, but maybe get married on something like Cherry Bell Day. Yeah, because that's what you're going to wind up getting anyway, you know? You're never really winning. It's a look shot. My father and I didn't get along a lot when we were growing up. My father, let's just say, my father yelled at me so loud that the next door neighbor's kid did what I was told. You know, oh, it was bad. It was awful. And I learned most of my social skills from my father because, you know, my parents got divorced a lot and we were always in the bar. You know, that's where we were on the weekends. Now, I never actually told my mom what we did on the weekends, but I think she kind of figured it out the day that I smacked her on the ass after she brought me a glass of milk. Yeah. Actually, one time when I was sick, she tried to give me a shot of NyQuil, and I wouldn't do it till she poured it in the belly button first. What? I took the $5. My father taught me right. Hey, you guys ready to get the next show started? You ready to get this show done?